Auburn quarterback Payton Thorne joins us each week, courtesy of Roback. All your game day gear, great pullovers, wonderful golf shirts and pants, all at Roback.com. Use code TNR20 to save 20% off your initial order at Roback.com. Welcome in, Payton. Hope you're doing well today.
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Thanks a lot. That was a really hard hit you took. I'm curious, and you left the game for only one play. I thought it was going to be worse than that. Thankfully, it was not. Is that the hardest hit you've had at Auburn?
At Auburn, probably. It's up there. I just got the wind knocked out of me. I couldn't breathe at all. I was on the ground, and I hate not being able to get up and having to go out at all. So I told our training staff I'm not going to the tent or anything. Like, my head's fine. And so had to unfortunately take the one play out, but then I was able to get back in there.
No, it looked concussion. I mean, thank God to hear that, because the way the hit happened and you were on the ground, I mean, I thought, oh, God, he's got a concussion. And you were back in one place, so thankfully that was not it.
Yeah, I just couldn't breathe. I was telling the guys when I was laying on the ground, they were, huddled around me, and I was like, I'm good. I can't breathe. And so trying to call the next play was not going to be possible in the huddle, and then executing a play while not being able to breathe is usually kind of difficult. So unfortunately, I had to go out for a play.
Yeah, what a strange game. And your opposing quarterback, Brady Cook, goes to the ER with a sore ankle and then comes back. We were talking about it yesterday, joking, like, I've been to the ER before, but it takes a day to get out of there. He comes back in the game. Strange question, but do you ever, reach out to, opposing players that maybe get hurt, just check on them, shoot them a text?
Not really. If it's a guy I know, obviously I would do that, but usually you're kind of concerned with your team, and we all have our schedule that we're on. So I hope he's doing well. I've heard that I don't think it's too serious, so that's good for him. Obviously, he's a good player, so hopefully for him and their team that he'll be able to come back quickly.
It's a weird question. I'll continue the weird questions. For us, it seems like the football season is flying by, going fast. And I remember my last year in school, back in college, it felt like it went by fast. Everything was fast. Does this season seem like it's flying by to you? Like, we're down to just a handful of games now. Does that sadden you at all?
Yeah, it does feel like it's moving pretty fast. Having experience in football for a long time now, it seems like every season flies by. So it's something that I try to be cognizant of throughout the season and throughout just my career of enjoying the day-to-day and not, getting too concerned with the future, because, you got right here today and you got a lot of things you can enjoy in the day. So trying to enjoy each and every day and look for the good things in the day, and not look back and say, man, I feel like it went by just like that,
Payton Thorne is with us, the Auburn quarterback. TheBarnAuburn.com is the website for all your Auburn coverage. Join for $1. A lot of great free content over there as well. So check it out, TheBarnAuburn.com and TheBarnAuburn YouTube page. He's, by the way, on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. You guys took the lead into the fourth quarter. I know it's been a tough year, and the losses have been very close. Did you sense on the sideline anxiety? Like, oh my God, we got to hold this lead? Or was there a sense of confidence? I know it didn't work out, but I'm just curious what the sideline was like going into the fourth quarter, or your huddle was like going into the fourth quarter with a lead like that.
Yeah, obviously I think it was 17-3 at some point in the second half. And so our defense was playing really, really well. And I thought they played well, the entire game. I thought they played good enough to win. And so, at 17-3, you're feeling good. And obviously on offense, you're trying to score every time you get on the field. So when we got the ball back and we got good field position once or twice, the goal was to at least get 3 and move the ball down there, milk some of that clock, and then also, extend the score. And obviously, we weren't able to do that. And, unfortunately couldn't extend our lead and put the game away.
Coming into this game, you guys led the FBS in turnovers, but the last 2 games, you've only had 1 turnover. So I would assume that, internally you guys are like, if we clean up the turnovers, we should be, that should equate to win. So that's got to be really frustrating that you guys have cleaned that up, but at the same time, it's not, equating to a win.
Yeah, like you said, you cleaned up one area, and obviously we weren't perfect on Saturday. Unfortunately, I lost the ball one time while running it, and that's on me. I got to do a better job of, really clamping that thing down in traffic. But then I think our defense got two, so I think we won the turnover battle if I'm not mistaken. And so, I know they got one, so at worst I think it was even. But there's just other areas that we're not executing well enough in, and I think about the red zone. We get down there, we need to get the ball in the end zone, and we weren't able to do that efficiently enough. And then I'm sure if you really didn't and analyze the other areas, there's things that we're just not quite there on, and it shows up. And in close games against good teams, it stinks, but just not able to get it done.
Do you ever drive by Jordan-Hare Stadium and said, man, I remember when we used to play in that stadium there? I mean, it feels forever since you've been at home.
Yeah, we had our home stretch where it felt like we were in there every day. And then, now what's it been, 3 weeks, including the bye week that we haven't been in there, and going to be on the road again this week. So, we'll be back in there in a couple weeks. But yeah, it does feel like it's been a little bit.
When you look at Kentucky on tape, they're known for their defense, as Mark Stoops' signature there. What do you see when you look at the Cats already getting ready for that game?
Yeah, like you said, they're a really good defense. They play well together. Got a lot of older guys on that defense. They're really large up front. Their defensive front does a really good job in the run game and in the pass rush. And then when you look at their secondary, they're long. They got really good length, 6'3", I think, at both corners, and their safeties are good size too. So they pose a physical, challenge in terms of that, and then also the stuff they do defensively. Like I said, they work well together, and they've had success this year so far for the most part. So it'll be a good challenge for us. And like I said before, they're a good defense.
Have you ever listened to Guns N' Roses? Are you a Guns N' Roses guy by chance?
I've definitely heard it. I couldn't name you 5 songs, but I definitely know who they are.
You've got a billion things going on. Mark Stoops, the Kentucky head coach, and Axel Rose, the lead singer of Guns N' Roses, now look identical. Like they didn't before, but Axel has gained a little weight. So he and Kentucky coach Mark Stoops, if you're bored to death between now and the game, Google Axel Rose and Mark Stoops, and they look identical. Like they could be the same person.
Axel Rose. All right, I'll keep that noted. I'll try to look that one up.
AXL. And it would be funny, like if you run out of bounds one time, you hand Mark Stoops the football and say, "You're in the jungle, baby." That would be funny if you just want to get a good chuckle. I think he might get the joke. You think Mark Stoops will get the joke?
I think he would. I think he has heard about it enough
He's
now.
Sure he looks like Axel Rose.
Yeah, I know this is not bucket list for you, but first game you've ever played in the state of Kentucky?
Yeah, I think so.
First time you've ever been to the state of Kentucky, or have you been to the Derby before?
No, I've been to Kentucky. I haven't been to the Derby. I've driven through Kentucky. I think I had a baseball tournament there growing up. And then, I obviously driving through it a few times.
I'll play off of that, man. Have you ever been to a Kroger? It's Kroger Field. I mean,
yeah, I bet he does a ton of grocery shopping.
What's your favorite go-to at Kroger's?
I've been to Kroger. I got my Kroger card in my wallet. I went to Kroger back up at Michigan State, and I still do down here. So
very good. Very good.
I like that he's a smart shopper. You got your Kroger card. What's that get you, 10% off or something?
Oh man, I don't know. I scan that thing every time. I hopefully get like $5
No,
off.
you don't get anything. That's
good. $5 feels good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I go to Publix or whatever, they're like, "Do you have a number?" I'll always give my wife's number. Like I assume my wife has signed up for all of these, so I give the number, and they punch it. They go, "Okay, you're in there," and I'm like, "Well, what did I get out of that?" I just gave you my wife's.
We got your information. Is what you got.
I got nothing out of that. I don't think.
Exactly,
Kroger man, I like it.
All right, Peyton. Good luck against Kentucky. We always appreciate the time, man. Have a great week.
Appreciate it. Talk to you guys later.
All right, buddy. Take care. Peyton Thorne with us, the Auburn quarterback, on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline, thebarnauburn.com, thebarnauburn.com for all your Auburn content there. Also, the Barn Auburn YouTube page. Great free content there. You can join the message board for just $1 right now at thebarnauburn.com.